Welcome to GOAT Realty podcast series with our past clients, and this conversation is going to be about the journey our past clients have gone through. And today we have Dr. Shalika with us. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I would like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your background.
Hi, my name is Dr. Shalika. I am a doctor in clinical research. So I look over the clinical research in Albert Einstein College of Medicine. My specialty is internal medicine. So I work in 3 divisions: gastroenterology, dermatology, and internal medicine. And we moved here 7 years back. And thank you so much for giving me this platform to speak about my experience of buying the house like a first-time homeowner.
My question would be, before you guys started this process, what was your biggest fears and concerns?
So my biggest concern was understanding the financial commitment and long-term affordability. I was also very much concerned about the process, like the complexity of process, because we had like no idea of how these things are, how we have to go to the banks for applying loans, pre-approvals, what other difficulties we will face in terms of having like inspections, financial broker. So
you were not sure that how this whole process works.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have never thought of like buying a house, like our own house in New York, because we have been misguided from our friends, like taxes are so high. Forget about the house. If you're just living like for 6-7 years in this country, people are living for 10, 12, 20 years and they don't,
even more.
Yeah, and they don't own a house. So we were having so much like misguidance from our friends.
It's not possible. It's going to take you a long time to develop those credentials and financials, and then we take it from there.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what made you decided that this is the right time to buy?
So because me and my husband both work at Montefiore, so we had like a financial stability. So I felt like we are just wasting the money by paying rents. So all the money was going into a garbage, but nothing was going into our equity. So because I had that dream, like a long-term dream of having our own house, but we did not know from where to start, So GOAT Realty, of course, has given that push, and you have made our journey very easy from there.
So what part of the process surprised you guys the most?
I was very surprised to know how detailed and structured this whole process was. Like I said, we were like a first-time home buyer and had like no prior experience, and a lot of our friends in the community had no house, so we never had that conversation about this. So this was like a one-stop shop, I would say. We got everything at one place. We never had a botheration of going and finding attorney, financial broker. So everything was so structured, so very well managed, that it made our process very easy, I would say.
Yeah, that's the goal as well. So what we do is we have a pool of attorneys and the inspectors and the mortgage brokers, so we give to our clients so they can choose from. We never tell them to pick or choose, because we want them to pick and choose by themselves which best fits their needs. So I guess, like, I remember in, I believe 2023, we bought like property in the Bronx, in Morris Park section of the Bronx, and we bought it like for a very good price. And then in the beginning, you guys wanted like a single family house, but then I pushed you to buy a multifamily, so you can be compensated through as a rental income, and it's gonna be a help paying your mortgage as well.
So yes, so we never dreamt of buying a multi-family house. That was only because GOAT Realty and Tahir Bhai that inspired us to go for a multi-family house. So our budget initially was only 600-700 because we were very new to the market. We were not like aware of the complexity of prices, So that's why we decided to go for a single family house, because we don't wanted like too much liability on us.
Not to put that much burden on you guys.
But when we spoke to you, as we spoke, and you tried to explain the process, so you said, if you afford 600 house, 600k house, just go for a 900k house. And me and my husband,
felt impossible in the beginning.
Yeah, we felt very impossible, but then you explained how we can rent one of our floor and get that money added to the mortgage.
Get some help towards mortgage.
And that kind of also gave us like a sense of more, the house that you showed us was self-paying. Even if we not staying in that, property,
It's gonna take care of itself.
It can take care by itself, and we don't have to worry about the mortgage in future also if we decide to move in our next house. So that was the biggest push that I would say, that if we would have met any broker other than you, would have not pushed us. So
Like if I asked you, what was the unique selling point about me as a broker that you felt that he's the right guy for the right job?
So I feel like if somebody's coming to you and telling you that, okay, you can buy like a 500K, 600K house, you will try to understand their like deep needs, like how much financial issues they are facing, what type of things you can offer them to, add. So I feel like if somebody's coming to you, will definitely buy a bigger property than they thought. Buying a house is always a difficult step for any family, but I would say the sooner you decide, only the first step is a little difficult.
But you have to trust the process.
Yes. And of course, if you have Tahir Bhai and GOAT Realty with you.
My understanding is most Americans, they only buy one house like in their lifetime. So like it's a very big decision for them as a family or as an individual to make. So there have to be some type of motivation. So can be from the family by itself or within itself or by a broker that you can do it. Like it's not hard, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you must be linked with a type of team who will ensure a very smooth process and will make sure to get you guys to the closing table.
So how we got connected to you was a referral from one of our friends. So we always say to our friends now also that our house was a Eid gift to us. So we were in a get together, and that's how we came to know about you. So the first thing that came to my mind was, if they can do it, we can also do it.
Absolutely.
So
that's the spirit.
Yes. So she was one of my colleague, was earning almost the same amount of money that we were earning. So I felt like, okay, you gave us like a ease of comfort zone. We used to call you for every small thing. You never used to be irritated on anything, even if we asked you any silly questions, kind of you answered them all. And that's
how you learn.
Yes. And that's how it created like a ease and a comfort that, okay, we can do it.
So how was the communication throughout the process?
Oh, it was very transparent. We were copied on almost all the emails with attorneys, mortgage broker. There was no like hidden cost or anything, because that was my biggest concern of having any hidden, fees and not knowing anything. But I would say we were very lucky that we got GOAT Realty, and the whole entire process was very transparent. We were not surprised with anything, last minute that, okay, now this, you have to pay for this, everything was on the table. Even on the closing day, every amount of money that we gave in the process was on the table, and it was very transparent.
So basically what you were trying to tell is that your every cent was being accounted for.
Yes.
Okay. What made you put the trust on us?
So like I said, the ease of communication, we are calling you for every small thing, and we are getting detailed information on everything that we wanted. So we spoke to a lot of realtors before you, but they used to get irritated with small questions, or they used to think, oh, maybe we are not like a serious buyers. I still can't believe that we closed the house in like 3 months. We were having like
literally 3 months.
Yes, we were having the keys of our first house in like 3 months. So I think we just saw properties like for a month, and then we were already in that process of getting like the first house,
Yep.
And you were so good that whenever you used to call you on weekday, weekend, you were always there to show us the properties. And we were also like very eager to see properties, because it was like a good experience and first time thing. So yeah, I think we just saw a lot of properties to and fro, and we finally...
Like, it's quite fascinating that we did the closing, and from seeing the house and getting the keys, everything was done in literally 3 months.
3 months.
Like it's quite fascinating.
And whenever I tell this story to my friends, they still can't believe, oh, you closed the house in 3 months.
That's where we are GOAT for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So what was the most emotional moment for you in the whole process?
So I want to share two emotional moments here. The first emotional moment was when we got a call from Tahir Bhai that our offer was accepted. So that only gave us like a sense of stability that, okay, we are going to be a home owner now, not just like renting. So that was a very emotional moment. And then the second emotional moment, and was a very big moment for my family, was getting the house keys. So,
Absolutely. How can we miss that?
Yes. So when you have that key that says, oh, it's your property and now you are the owner, it gives you a very special belief in
And
you.
also boosts your like self-confidence as well that, yes, we did it.
And when we bought our house, my daughter was 3 or 4 that time. So giving that assurance to your child that, okay, you have to play in a house that's yours. You can paint the walls however you want to. It's not rented house. So that was a very special moment for my family.
So what has changed since you were renting a house before and then becoming the homeowners? After this journey, what has changed you like as a family, like as an individual?
Like I said, the amount of money that we were paying from like say 5 or 6 years were going to a bin and had like no accountability for anything. So now we can say our money is going towards our property.
Equity.
We have built like a equity. It gives us like a sense of security, long-term stability. We are more independent, we don't have that fear of, okay, someday some like owner will come and if they have any complaints will throw you out of house. So yeah, it's a very special feeling when you own your own house.
Great. So what advice would you give to someone who is not quite there yet and feels unsafe or unsure about buying a house?
So I would say that first step is always difficult. Like buying a house is of course a very big decision, but once you take that first step and you meet like right people, like who are like a one-stop solution like GOAT Realty, even if you don't know anything about the process, just trust them. You need to have a trust. The sooner you take this decision, the better it is for you, because like we bought our house when our kids was not even 5 years of age. So I would say it's a hard decision, but it's advisable
you have to make it some point.
Yet at some point you have to make this decision. So because when your kids will grown up more and more, you have more financial liabilities, like finding their college fees, how you will manage their future expenses. So I would say the sooner you take this decision, it's better for your family. And it's a hard decision, but yeah, the sooner you take, the better it is.
The better it is. Like I get sometimes the phone calls, when should I buy the house? So the answer to them is that whenever you guys are ready, that's the time to buy the house. And thank you so much, Dr. Shalika, for sharing your journey with us. I really appreciate you taking the time for us, and I hope people find this as a motivation and a push towards the American dream of home ownership. And thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you guys like it.